Hello guys, and welcome to, is that even my intro? I'm in a new spot, I don't even know what the fuck I say. Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah guys. Hey guys, it's Haley, and welcome to another bookish video. That sounds wrong to do in this spot. I hate it here. You know what a cat has to like that's how I feel right now. I'm like, what's going on? I am in my living room because I wanted to be cozy for this video. I'm doing a try a chapter video because I have this huge stack of winter coded books and I don't know which to read. I'm running out of time in the end of the year where I could read holiday books, so I want to try a chapter of 8 different winter/Christmassy books. We have thrillers, we have horror, we have romance, we have everything in between. I'm going to give the first chapter of all of these books a try so I can figure out what my next read will be. And of course, along the way, I will be ranking them for you guys, giving them a rating out of 10 based on my initial reaction of the first chapter. I had a mix of genre for this little taste test moment. I have some romance, some horror, some thriller, one YA, and I think that pretty much covers it. Here are the books I'm going to be trying out. The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling, which I just hauled this one. It's a like spooky, fantastical Christmas romance. Candy Cane Kills Again. This is the sequel to one of the books that I read in my last horror vlog, and I really liked it, so I really want to read the sequel. This one was highly requested. This is The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore. Y'all, I am really not sure about this. This is like a Christmassy little small town romance, but we will see. It's not really seeming like it's on the Hailey vibes, but we'll see. You Better Watch Out by James Murray and Darren Wearmouth. Who the fuck are they? I don't know, but this came highly recommended to me, and it's a Christmassy thriller. I cannot wait to try it out. Our Winter Monster. This is a horror book by Dennis Mahoney. This is the ARC. I'm not quite sure when it comes out. It might be a 2025 release, but I would imagine it's going to be out at some point this winter. We have the one YA book that I mentioned, The Forgotten Girl by India Hill Brown, and that one also has like horror vibes, but obviously it's not going to be scary, like it's for children. This is one that's just for me, and I literally don't care if y'all like it or not. This is the second book in the Ice Planet Barbarians series because I read the first book last winter, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a little fun time. When I was in the midst of the wedding week and I was having 1 million mental breakdowns, that book was such a slay. So we're gonna try out book 2. This is Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon, and it's literally gonna be crazy. I actually already looked at the first sentence of chapter 1, and it says, I hear the wet sounds of sex and a woman's whimper. Oh God, yes, I like it, moans Nora. Spank me like that. So you know, I'm really looking forward to this one. And the last one that I'll be trying out in this video is actually my December book club pick for my Pretty Girl book club. If you don't know, I host a book club over on Patreon. It's always linked down below. It's called the Pretty Girl Book Club, and my December pick is This Christmas Everyone Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. This is what won the poll, and I'm really excited to read this with the girlies. I don't know if it's gonna be my next read though, so let me go ahead and get into all of these first chapters, and I will be back to debrief with you guys. All right, the first book that we're gonna debrief about is the one that I was debatably the most excited for. So the first chapter of You Better Watch Out. This was really quick, and I'm already liking the feel of that. Like, I love a little teeny tiny baby chapter thriller that's going to move really fast. It already has the Christmas vibes. Basically, the synopsis of this book is all of these strangers wake up together after being kidnapped in a room, and they're in like Christmas coded saw traps, and they have to get their way out, and we have to figure out as the reader like what is connecting them, what got them all here in this fucked up situation. In the first chapter, we're just meeting our first character who's getting kidnapped, and I low-key understand why someone would want to put him in a saw trap. Like, he was kind of an asshole and he was trying to steal from an old lady. Like, what the fuck? It's already giving like asshole characters that we're gonna watch them get mutilated. So I'm ready for it. Honestly, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I'm still ready to go with this one. Next up, I'm gonna get into The Wedding Witch. We're gonna switch up the vibes here. Okay, so I just read the first chapter of The Wedding Witch, and I'm gonna be so real. This man, I love him. I love this man. Okay, so chapter 1, we're in the male love interest's head, and he's like this warlock man or something. Okay, he's described as a loner in the synopsis, which love a loner. He's dark. He has ancient magic, like, yeah, period. He's friends with ghosts. Okay, so this is what I liked about the first chapter. When it opens up, he's like an asshole, okay? But not in like the way of the guy in You Better Watch Out. An asshole in the way of like, oh, he's just brooding and like pretentious and like a little bit pessimistic and just like, oh my God, I'm like, ah. And then as soon as the little girly pop that he's meeting in this little cutesy little Christmas bar pops in the door, he becomes like a little awkward, a little like bumbling, like just a little like cutesy pop. Like, you know that he's like affected by her, and it was adorable. And our female love interest is a girly who works in like a witch shop. Like, she's not a witch, but she sells things to witches. So she's like doing a business deal with him. We see their little meet cute right in the first chapter, and it's really adorable. I like their dynamic. They already had their first kiss because there was a mistletoe, and it's like, oh my God, that's so cute. I love being in the man's head for the first kiss in a heterosexual romance. I don't know why, I like that. So I really like this one so far. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I also read a little further beyond the first chapter, and we're getting into like their email exchanges, and I really like when a romance is told through like emails and texts, and you see the like distanced connection being built, and then it like builds up the tension for when they're gonna be in person. This is a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna read this with a quickness, and I fear this man is going to seduce me because I'm already starting to be seduced by him. Next up, we are gonna get into, let's flip back over to horror and get into the sequel to Candy Cane Kills. All right, first chapter of Candy Cane Kills again is we're cleaning up the wreckage from book 1. So it's very like opening to the sequel of a horror movie, and Jason's fucking back and he's gonna slash one of the firefighters that's like cleaning up the wreckage. Like, those are the vibes. It's a very old school nostalgic horror movie vibes, which is what I love. It's kitschy, it's Christmassy. I'm obsessed. And it's literally chapter 1. I'm really having a hard time not giving this a 10 out of 10, but I know this is not going to be a 10 out of 10 for everyone. It's me. It's what I like. It's perfect for me. I'm sorry. This is my channel. It's going to be subjective. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, and this is probably what I'm going to read next, and that's just the way that it is. But we're not stopping the video there. You know what? Let's take a risk. Let's get into the Christmas Tree Farm, and we will see. Okay, chapter 1 of the Christmas Tree Farm. Why do I do this to myself? I always listen to y'all because you're like, oh my God, this book. But y'all, I opened the first page and there's a playlist. I literally love a book playlist. I love playing a playlist when I'm reading a little booksy. But here's the thing. There are approximately 10 Taylor Swift songs on this playlist. I'm gonna get raked over the coals by the Swifties again. I'm so sorry to all the Swifties out there. She's just not for me, and I don't want to listen to Back to December while I'm reading a book. I also don't think I could read a book while listening to A Nonsense Christmas by Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I love Sabri, but not while I'm reading. So that already got me fucked up off the bat. The first chapter of this book was decent, but I'm not super interested. Basically, we are following this woman who bought a Christmas tree farm without knowing what the fuck she was doing, and now it's about to be Christmas time, and she has to like actually do this business, and she's like, oh my god, I'm just a girl, I don't know what to do. So she wraps herself in her little depression blanket and she goes walking the lines of trees, just like being depressed and sad about things. And then she runs into this guy who, the way he's described, is not my type of man. It's giving I don't know, Tom Brady, who's that one guy, Gronkowski. It's giving football player Travis Kelce. Like, I'm not gonna be into that. So I don't know, I might read this for the vibes, because I will say the vibes were kind of immaculate, but for my personal taste, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 just based on the first chapter. I'm sorry. Let me go back to Horrorland where I belong. Run the clip of Fifi O'Hara says, go back to Party City where you belong. Yeah. Okay, we're jumping back into horror with our winter monster. This is about a couple who is struggling, and to try to reconnect, they like go to this like snowy, isolated cabin getaway. It's gonna be like this beautiful moment in time. Psych. They get caught in a blizzard with a monster in the snow, which, oh my god, you guys, would you believe that the monster is a metaphor for their relationship? It's gonna be crazy. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. First chapter of our winter monster was solid. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really liked that. I can already get a feel for each of the individual characters within the couple. Like, they're very fully fleshed out, and within 8 pages, like getting to know their personality, I think that's pretty damn good. I also like that we are right in the middle of the action. Like, the scene opened up and it's like, boom, we're in the blizzard, and you know who's driving that motherfucking car? Is the girl. She said, all right, little boyfriend, you're gonna sit in the passenger seat and be my little passenger prince, and I'm gonna drive us through the blizzard. And the way that he's like observing her, watching her drive, and being like,
she's getting at it like an ice road trucker.
I'm like, yeah, hype her up a little, but also like, they're in this like weird tense moment, and I'm like, how are things gonna unfold? Oop, there's the blizzard. Oop, there's the monster. Like, immediately we're off to the races. I really, really like this. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And we are going to jump into, let's get into Barbarian Lover next. So this is the sequel to Ice Planet Barbarians. If you don't know what that's about, basically a bunch of women in the first book were kidnapped from Earth, and they crash landed on an icy planet with these aliens who are massive and blue and have barbed dicks. And in the first book, we found out that there's like a thing within these human women that lights up and starts pulsing when you come across your alien mate. This sounds psycho, but I really enjoyed it. So anyway, we're gonna, I guess, follow the next girl in the human sector who is gonna find her little mate. We'll see. Y'all, this shit is ridiculous. Chapter 1, we're reading from this dumb bitch's perspective, and you know what? The girl in the first book was so dumb as well. Just reading from these girls, they're like the most empty-headed girls. I don't know what was going on when they kidnapped these girls from Earth, but they went to the dumb bitch convention to kidnap these girls because they're so stupid. But I love them because it means I don't have to think when I'm reading this dumb little book. It's off the bat alien sex. The main character of this book, her name's Kira. She does not have a mate yet, and she's like, when am I gonna start lighting up for one of these big blue dudes? And she's like kind of depressed about it, but she's talking to another girl, and they like have a theory why they haven't found mates yet. And this one girl is like,
listen, I don't care if I don't have a mate, I'm just gonna be hooking up.
But Kira is a little, I'm too good for that. Like, I want to wait for my mate, which like, kudos to you, Kira. Probably not for me. So I guess we're gonna follow that. I'm already like into the dynamic. It's so stupid, but I love it. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Getting into our last couple books here, let's try out Forgotten Girl. Love reading the first chapter of a YA book, and it literally takes 30 seconds. Like, I sped through this bitch. And we also already got through the entirety of the synopsis that's on the back, basically within the first 10 pages in the first chapter. So basically we're following this little girl, and she is going on this wintry, snowy walk through the woods. She's looking at the Christmas lights, she's playing in the snow, like she's just a little girl out here, okay? And then she comes across a grave and a ghost. And there's a little girl ghost on this grave, and she's like, what the fuck? I'm just walking in my neighborhood. What is this grave? Is this a secret cemetery? Am I going to be possessed? What is going on here? Immediately, I'm intrigued, and I'm also like, where the hell is this going to go? Because that was all that I knew about this book, and we've already covered all of that ground. So what is this going to be? I have no idea, but I'm excited to find out. I feel like there's potential. It was very, very atmospheric and wintry, Christmassy. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And the last book we have here to try out is my book club pick. Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret. I'm gonna get into it and let you know what I'm thinking. All right, last book to wrap up here. I just read the prologue to this book because the chapters are kind of longish and each chapter is like a thing that I don't want to give away. So basically what I read in the prologue explained the structure of the book. We are reading through like an advent calendar, which I think is really cute and really creative. So there's the 24 days leading up to Christmas, and there's 24 chapters in this book. And in each chapter, on each day leading up to Christmas, we're gonna find out a little piece of bad boy information that's supposed to help us solve this mystery of who's about to die on Christmas. And already I'm in it. Like, I want to be little cunty Nancy Drew. I want to find out what is going on. I'm in with the atmosphere. It says there's 6 suspects and 7 gifts. Let's open them. Like, yeah, bitch. I feel like Agatha Christie down boots. So I'm ready to go. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. That was very intriguing, very vibey. I like the writing style, period. Obviously the conclusion here is that we're getting into what I probably would have picked up on my own anyway, and that is Candy Cane Kills Again. So I'm about to start my next round of winter horror vlogging with this book. It will be out at some point during Happy Hailey days. Look forward to that. But this is my one 10 out of 10, so that is what I'm going with. Really, honestly looking forward to reading all of these at some point though. Probably won't get to them all by the end of the month, but we got a good selection here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little try a chapter video. We're trying something different here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!